Everywhere I turn around, I'm hearing stories from people talking about how they are getting lousy, not just lousy soil, but awful and poisoned soil in these bags. Today, we're going to talk about some solutions. All right, y'all. Ordinarily I'm upbeat when I do these kinds of videos, but honestly, I've been aggravated all morning because I keep getting emails, and then I'm also seeing videos from, very capable YouTubers out there that have been teaching this stuff for a long time. And honestly, it's getting on my last nerve, I'll be honest with you. Because this ain't no accident. And there's a lot of people out there, every time we get into talking about this sort of thing, that seem to want to throw out the words conspiracy theorist. What's aggravating to me, and this is a side issue, is that somehow, some way, and I know the reasons why, Americans, by and large, are unable to say the word conspiracy and just leave it alone. You can't say conspiracy without then adding theory. Whenever somebody poses something to you that falls outside the paradigm of what you think you know. Well, over and over again, and in a lot of these videos I've talked about it, that just about everything you think you know is a lie. And I'm not just saying this out of hand, I'm saying this because I've examined a lot of it. So, as always, we never, ever talk about a problem on this channel without providing at least a couple of solutions. Now, we're in that area, the food forest area, and as you can see, it's blowing up. And some of the most robust trees that we're finding out here seem to be dying, like that black locust over there. Ain't seeming to make it right now. A lot of crazy chemicals that are falling from the sky. I know for a fact that it's not coming out of the soil because we're going to cover a lot of that today. But it sure is funny that my productive trees are most robust in the area where it really ought to be the nitrogen fixing trees that are most robust, because it's not as if we're introducing a species in here that isn't already well adapted, okay? So with that being said, now I will say, and I've talked about it on Patreon, that I have noticed that all the trees, and I'm not trying to sell this stuff because believe me, it sells itself. Been working on making this stuff day and night, but I will say that every tree that we hit with bone sauce has been largely unaffected. If there's correlation to the cause there, I don't know, but I'm just saying that's my overarching observation when it comes to that. Now, there's a number of people out there, some YouTubers, some of which, like Deep South Homestead, I'm friends with, and a number of others that I don't know really all that well, but they've been covering this concerning the soil and the junk that's in a lot of that bagged soil. Not just that, but there's also a lot of junk in these places that it is their business to produce really good soil. So how is that happening? There's some theories out there, but I also want to have you I really want to point out, check out that documentary by Mike Adams. It's called Biosludged. You can find it. We might even be able to provide a link down below. Check it out. And all these municipalities that are taking this wastewater and all this other junk and they're making compost and other things out of it, you might want to stay away from that stuff too. Look, I know that it's tough to find fertility out there. But one of the easiest and one of the long-term ways in which we're doing, like what I'm standing on right now. You see some of Coco's poop out here. You see some wood chips that have just been ground up, okay? This is a longer-term process. And it may not apply to a lot of you folks out there that are looking for immediate solutions. Now, we have some of those too, and we're going to cover them in a minute. But out here, when it comes from a long-term solution, look, those wood chips, if used properly, like in this food forest area, look, it is teeming with every activity imaginable. All of your beneficial bugs, no disease by and large down here, except in our nitrogen fixers, which, like I said, we're working out. We got a ground cover that's so abundant, we're probably at 60 gallons of strawberries in this season alone, and we just really put them in. I'm not saying all this to brag, I'm saying that there are long-term solutions. Moving over to perennial crops, that helps too. With that said, y'all, look, I'm just going to say it outright. Look, I've never been concerned on this channel about hedging what I think or what I say, so I'm not going to start now. Look, there are interests out there. There are powers that shouldn't be, who have been doing a lot of things as of late. And you ought to be asking yourself, I got a data point here. Got a data point over here. Okay, here's fuel. Here's this pestilence. Here's these crops not coming in. Here's all these different data points going on there. So either you are a conspiracy theorist or you're a coincidence theorist. Which one are you? Well, I hate to put it in such weird dichotomy like that, but that's basically the narrow band that they're telling us to stay within. I think there's a lot of weird, stupid, idiotic things that are unfolding all at the same time. And frankly, if you don't see me in the more jovial, upbeat way that I typically am in these videos, well, there's a reason for it. I don't have to act. I don't have to put on anything. It is burning me up that I'm getting letters from these people saying, look, man, I'm doing a lot of this stuff that people are telling me to do, and I can't get anything to grow. Okay, we're going to show you right now ways that you can do, some of which we've already presented. We're going to lead you back to it. And you might want to check them out if you want to beat some of the nonsense that's going on. I can't do anything about the junk they're spraying and it's falling to the ground. But I know how to make soil, and we've been teaching you how to do that. Now, with that said, we're going to go to the first way in which you can do it. All right, first things right out of the gates, y'all. Like I said before, a lot of these solutions to some of these problems we've already presented. And I'm not dogging anybody out there that went out there and thought you were getting good stuff by going to your, let's say, municipality, or maybe even the chickens over there giving me or the roosters over there giving me an amen for all this, like what seems to happen every time I'm filming. But look, I'm not coming down on you people that have gone out there and buy, you know, some of this black cow or some of this other stuff you thought was good. You did the right thing. You tried to do the right thing, and you wind up, whether it's going to a place that sells this stuff, whatever the case may be, you wound up with some junk. Look, the only solution I can offer, because like I said, we never present a problem here without at least providing a couple of solutions, okay? The first of which, now this is just the remnants of what we did. This is the remnants of that 18-day compost pile, okay? Now, if you get down in here, look at this, okay? Yeah, typical, there's a mouse jumping up out of here. Look, that is compost. Now, it may look a little rough to you, and if you have to, for starting seeds or anything like that, we've also done a video, go back and check it, how you can take this compost, sift it in such a way to where you can get potting soil, you can do anything you need to do. Now, honestly, for convenience, a lot of us these days are buying it out of the store. Well, you know you can't trust that anymore. It's getting to the point where you have got to do this yourself. All right, this here is compost we make, okay? Because we have so many irons in the fire, because we have so many things going, guess what? We've done this exactly the same thing. We were in a bind for time, doing too many things at one time, and so we went down to the local, you know, co-op or whatever the case may be. We went down there and we bought some of this stuff, and I'm going to show you here in a second. It happens to the best of us, y'all, so don't kick yourself at all because maybe you went out there and you thought you were going to cut a couple of corners. It happens to the best of us, and I ain't saying we're the best, but we do, look, we don't hide our mistakes here. And when we do them, we're going to let you know about it. But this is the stuff we should be using. We thought, because we had a direction for our farm and the way we were looking to go, you know, we were in a bind. We're like, okay, we got this, and this. Let's just go buy some stuff. We'll do this. Not in an effort to hide anything, but, you know, as a matter of expedience. Well, didn't pan out so well for us, you dig? So now we're in the same position as so many others are, but we do know how to fix a lot of this stuff. We thought we were going to retire the chicken tractor on steroids for the summer, okay? That's what we thought we were going to do. That ain't happening now. So what's going to happen is, as a means to fix some of this stuff and show others how to do it as well, is now we're going to kick it right back up again. This time we're going to raise meat birds. We don't need the meat. We don't. So I'm guessing at this point the meat will likely be a byproduct of just producing good soil. Because by and large, a lot of this stuff that we've done so far, that we've made, whether it was in the previous chicken tractor on steroids through the winter and through the fall, all of that stuff went to dress our trees, okay? We left it kind of rough, but it went to dress our trees. We took some of it and put it into our high tunnel. We took some of it and put it in our beds up there. So with that said, this is exactly what we're going to start doing. We're going to keep producing it, whether it's the 18-day method, or whether it's the 30-day method, or whether it's a long-term method like you learned from Danny at Deep South up in the woods. There's either other methods out there that you can do it in a more laissez-faire approach. But these are the ways that work best for us, and that's what we're going to do. And we're going to even kick it up even more. So the powers that shouldn't be think they're going to starve us out. I got news for you. We're gonna show you how to do it. And as a little side note, y'all, I'm not saying this to aggrandize us. We have offered legitimate solutions that can solve a lot of this problem where you don't have to go to these people. Tell everybody you can about this video, because it might very well be the most important video we've ever done to date. Okay, with that said, cover this up and we'll go show you where the problems are. All right, here we are up here. Look, y'all, I'm gonna keep it straight. You know, being too efficient or expedient knows everybody's number, and mine too. Now, take a look at these potatoes. Here's how I know we got issues, okay? All this stuff in here where we held them up a little bit, it was all with that bagged stuff. And I guess I can't stick up the name, but look, it was some bagged, good reputation, all that good stuff. Now, I seriously doubt that these people that do this intentionally done this, okay? Can I tell you, you know, who did what and why it became jacked up? I don't know. All I do know is that these potatoes were doing fantastic until we put that junk on here, okay? The ones we got up top were doing fantastic, and they did even better when we applied the compost that we make. Look at the sweet potatoes behind me. Look at the other bed of potatoes. Every bit of it's jacked up. Now, how is this happening? How is this happening? Y'all, look. I'm gonna tell you this straight, okay? I know that there are people with varying degrees of capabilities or whatever, but you better get your learning on point. And for those of you, when I give you reading references, you ask me, and then you have the audacity to write back to me and say, well, do you have a video for this? I'm not much of a reader. Well, if you're not much of a reader, get used to disappointment. Okay, there's no other way I can put this. So look, we are going to talk about how we intend to remedy what we have going on here, what the problems are, because there are solutions, okay? Some of these are hypothetical, but we know, like in terms of how to remedy some of this stuff, William thinks, and he's probably right, that if you take a lot of this jacked up stuff, whether it's the hay or whatever the case may be, that under an extremely hot compost pile, it might just tie up a lot of those toxins. We don't know for sure. So we got to do that. We're going to try that experiment, hopefully. And we're going to give you solutions in how to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the good, awesome, well-adapted compost that we made for this property, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to try to remedy some of this stuff. But there's also, if you don't have that, if you don't already have something ready, because a lot of you need solutions right now, well, 18-day compost, it's only 18 days, okay? We've also showed you how to do the chicken tractor on steroids. That is a 30-day compost. You can be getting 1.5 up to 3 cubic yards, depending on how you scale it, every single week once you get it off and running. So look, y'all, these solutions are here and accounted for. We just got to put them to work. And what is this going to mean from you? I hate to tell you this, but it's going to mean a lot of work. Like, you know, one of the videos that we're going to do here coming up very soon is regarding your water. And a lot of people are in drought and what to do about it. That's exactly why we have a swale class going on as special operations equipment. The very people that provide my favorite shirt, by the way, give me liberty or I'll get it myself. Well, guess what? Give me fertility or I'll make it myself. That's exactly how this is going down from here on out. And we're going to show you how we do it. So like I said, take this video, send it far and wide to every social media platform, because just like the Patriot Nurse talks about, those of us who are offering real deal solutions out here are being suppressed. But there's a way to beat it, and that's you taking this video and telling everybody you know about it, because we are providing solutions. We're going to take you into town and we're going to show you another solution. All right, well, the drive to town made me a little bit calmer. So instead of 2 solutions, we're going to give you 3, because we saw one on the way here, okay? You see what you see behind me? You see a bunch of wood chips, right? Well, they've been here for years, and you can find these things all over the place, okay? They're out there. Trust me, they are out there. I can, just where I live, I can take you to several that are in very close proximity, places I pass all the time. Well, if you're wondering, okay, well, where am I going to get compost out of that? Well, what do you think? This stuff has been here for years. In fact, look under my feet. Look here. That is compost, y'all. That's how long it's been sitting here. So here's another place, and the reason why I'm going to suggest one of these places is that when things bioaccumulate in a tree and they break down, it is far less likely that any of the junk that was sprayed above or below has made it through that process. So when they get it off of there, they chip it up and it breaks down. It happens over years, okay? And when it happens, a lot of the toxins that may be residually in there are tied up just through the composting process. And I think that it's even more pronounced in the long composting process. So that's exactly what's going on here. Like I said, beneath my feet, I guarantee, I know this because I've already done it. You can go on the side of this place right now, and at the lowest parts, you'll find out that that stuff is some of the richest, deepest stuff you can find in terms of soil. That's another place you can get it. We're going to show you one last one. All right, here's solution number 3. Now, you'll have to forget the noise in the background. There's an interstate back that way. But we saw this one on the way home from leaving the last site. So we're going to give you a third option. Okay, right here, you see that? It's a construction site. There used to be a bunch of trees up here. They clear cut everything, pushed it all over, put it in giant, massive burn piles, some of that really usable lumber. And it's not far from where I live. But you see what you see on this bottom side, y'all? That is topsoil, okay? They're not gonna build on that. They pushed it off to the side. So maybe another option is, look, I'm standing on a little road, little makeshift road they got right here. I guarantee you, look, I've been in this construction biz for a whole lot of time, okay? And if you were to come up to one of these old boys and say, look, I'll buy you lunch, take that scoop and dump some of that stuff. I don't know, it might be 2 cubic yards in that bucket. I don't know what it is exactly. Fill up the back of my truck, bro. I'm just gonna pull up here, fill me up, take it home. That is light years better than anything you're probably able to get right now. That's legit topsoil. And then just top dress it with some of the compost you make or some of the stuff you get from a place like that. Look, y'all, there's a lot of legit people out there that are suffering, and this ain't no accident, y'all. This ain't just happening. I mean, I'm not a coincidence theorist. I'm not a conspiracy theorist either. I can say the word conspiracy without saying theory. This is all happening by design, and the days of acquiring easy fertility are probably over. But like I said, there's no need to despair. There's no need to throw your hands in the air. Look, there's solutions out there. We just provided it. Make all the compost you can. If you own a tractor, just made that a whole lot easier, especially if you got a grapple or something on it. If you got a neighbor who has one, make these piles. Take the methods we taught you. They're all up there or they're down below. Everything you need is listed there, okay? Whether you're making an 18-day compost, whether it's a 30-day compost in the chicken tractor on steroids. Like I said, we're about to kick that up again. I don't even need the meat, so I'm probably gonna give a lot of that away. What I need is the fertility. But like I said, this is another cool place. Take that topsoil. It's good looking stuff, okay? There's roots in there, but you can get it out. Bring these old boys lunch. I guarantee they'll thank you. And they ain't gonna care. I mean, there's some of it over here too. I mean, it's all over. Find a construction site, find any number of places. There is fertility all the way around you. You just gotta go find it. It ain't that hard to do either. We just supplied you some ways in which you can do that. Now, like I said, I know we got trolls out there going nuts, detracting everything we do. We knew that was gonna happen. If you need bone sauce, go to our website, we got it. You need comfrey salve, we just brought that out there. The labeling ain't perfect, but the contents are as good as they could possibly be. We got that at the website as well. We're gonna have some other things pop up there too. Stay tuned, we're probably gonna have comfrey. A lot of this rain that we're getting right now that I wish would go to our friends down south and to the Midwest and all that. A lot of that stuff is making it possible for us to probably be able to sell comfrey root again. So stay tuned for that, we'll let you know when that happens. Also, remember, I know we got one of our videos that we're gonna do very soon is how to make your place closer to being drought proof. That's why we have that event going on in Camden, Tennessee at the end of July, gonna be 30th and 31st. That's why we got that event going. Remember, if you want tickets, you might wanna get them soon. In these times, probably people are gonna line up to get them as quickly as they can. And we made them as inexpensively as we can. So folks, look in those ways, those unorthodox ways in which you can find fertility. Make it yourself. It's too consequential these days to not be doing that. All right, until next time, this is Billy from Perma Pastures Farm, where permaculture is my passion. We'll see y'all next time.